You are listening to CrossTalk, a safe place to discuss addiction, recovery, harm reduction, and everything in between. Support for this podcast comes from the Kentucky Opioid Response Effort and Advocates of Recovery. Content and production by the team at Turning Point Recovery Community Center. Now, buckle up and get ready for the show.
Welcome everyone to CrossTalk Recovery, the recovery podcast that supports all forms of recovery. I'm Matt Lewis, and I'm here with
Amanda Wiersma
and Nathan Brockett.
Welcome you all. This is kind of a sad podcast for me.
You mean all the other ones weren't?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No, this is my final CrossTalk podcast as the host.
Yeah.
By the time you're watching or listening to this, I will no longer be employed at Turning Point Recovery Community Center.
That sounds so dark.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Stop.
Let's call it what it is, man. Matt's moving on to bigger things that are it's a personal thing for him, and it's awesome. It's not a sad story. I mean, it's sad he's not gonna be part of CrossTalk.
Yeah,
I mean, in spirit. There's no doubt about it.
I am gonna miss a lot about working here.
Yeah.
You all, for sure. The people that we've worked with and tried to help over the years. I was telling Amanda last night, we closed together, and I was getting my steps up and down the hallway, walking past all the paintings, and just remembering all these people that have come through, and some of them we don't see anymore, and it's just like, wow, it's been a wild ride.
Yeah. It has, no doubt about it.
And it's been a fun ride, and as we've seen, like Brandon go on, and Sam recently, just moved on, and this is like, I don't even know that I'm going to better things yet. I'm just going.
I mean, it's hard to get better than me, so I don't know.
Man, I gotta say, where you're going don't sound too bad. You know what I mean? You're getting away from the flat of Kentucky.
Right. Well, I am excited about that because I'm moving to Colorado. Me and my wife are moving to Colorado, and we're gonna be living in the mountains. We're gonna be very, very close to a lake. Like all things that I enjoy: nature, outside, climbing, hiking, kayaking. And I'm gonna be doing all those things. And I have an interview Friday to work in the same field as a peer support. So I mean, I don't know that that's what I'll continue to do the whole time I live there.
Right.
But I want to get plugged into the recovery community right away. Start going to meetings. Start meeting people. I have to do that. Yeah. I'm excited about that. That's going to challenge me and grow me a little bit because here, like Paducah, it's not a small town. It's not a huge town, but I'm pretty much everyone in recovery knows me here. Not to be like, I'm not
we've done
being prideful or anything.
Doing well about ingraining yourself in the community, man. That's what they tell us to do.
Well, I mean, I've been doing this for almost 5 years, and so there I'm just going to be starting over. But I know how the recovery community is. I've been to meetings elsewhere. I know I'll be received with open arms. Yeah. And I'm just looking forward to getting plugged in out there and helping where I can, volunteering where I can, serving where I can. So, and I'm excited to see what you guys are going to do with this podcast. I will now formally surrender the captain's chair to you, Nathan.
I don't think I've ever sat in that chair. I have. All right. Let's hug it out real quick.
Sweet moment.
Let me see if I can get this right. Now, I don't know if I'll be as entertaining as you, Matt, but I'll definitely.
Oh, you'll do a great job, man. It's nice over here.
Right? Have you ever actually sat in that seat?
No, I didn't know that. Now there's no pressure, right?
No. I mean, that's because it's all still in this seat.
All
I
the
feel
responsibility is there.
Man, just carrying on what we have done, spreading the good word of recovery. Making it entertaining, having good conversation with the folks, giving them an opportunity to share their stories. That's what the podcast is about.
Yeah.
Just highlighting the efforts of all of us. And in this chair, we've seen multiple people come through and share their success stories. People moving on to bigger and better things, and just like you. So it's nothing different. It's just, the technical aspects of it are going to take some time to get used to.
Yeah.
But
You learn, I mean, we're going to give you a crash course in editing. It's not that hard.
No.
You get used to it. You get a groove going. I got it as simplified as it can be, you know? And like I've said, like you could change up just doing one shot.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, we're
to do that.
Try to keep it the way you made it, man.
But, you know, I think that it's important because people in this area, in this community, the recovery community here, have enjoyed it. You know, have enjoyed being able to have the opportunity to come on, do something. Not everybody gets to be on a radio show or a podcast or whatever.
It's exciting.
And you know, it's not like we're some huge platform, but it's just about the experience and the opportunity to do something fun and put your story out there. And, you know, we support Recover Out Loud. And so we encourage anybody to tell their success stories. And we love seeing it. And like I said, we've been doing this for 4 years.
4 years.
And so you guys better continue doing it. Do a good job.
Well, I've already talked to several people who are excited and ready to be on the podcast, so I'm excited to see what that brings.
They were just waiting for me to leave.
They were, yeah. They were like, Matt's done. Let's do this.
Well, and also that, you know, me stepping out of my position as lead peer support, Amanda has applied and graciously been accepted to be the new lead peer support of Turning Point Recovery Community.
Absolutely.
A lot of change, man. A lot of change. It's good, man. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about all these new ventures for everybody else. You know,
I'm excited about my new office.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that office is cool. It's cool to have an office. I never wanted an office.
Until you got one. And it's like, oh,
and
man,
then
this is
once
nice.
you get one and you can I mean, I like decorating stuff. I guess it's the artist in me. I like to make a space mine, you know, and you know, nobody really likes the way I decorate, especially my wife. But I enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like that's what's cool about it. It's yours.
Yeah.
To make it your own. And Amanda's got plenty of stuff.
Oh, I'm sure.
I've got 2 boxes in the back of my car right now.
She's already trying to edge me out, man. There's like stuff piling up in my office.
Yeah.
I'll get out of there by the end of the week.
Yeah.
You know?
Awkward. It's just awkward at this point. Because
Yeah.
you can walk in your office and you see this little doodad here. A picture with her name on it. It's just slid over here nonchalantly in the corner. Oh, Matt, don't step on my stuff when you walk out of your office.
Matt, just ignore my degrees back there on your shelf that have my name on them.
Right.
Oh, and dust before you leave, please.
Hey, you didn't dust before I came in there.
That's a rite of passage, Bob. You know what I mean? You have to fix it up and make it your own space.
Right.
No.
Dust comes with the office.
Yeah, but it's like there's all sorts of other changes coming down.
Yes,
If
absolutely.
you want to talk about that, which like we're recording this super early. Like I said, I still have a whole week and a half before my last day, but we're getting it in early so that I can show you how to edit it before I'm gone.
So if it looks bad, you know why.
Yeah.
Just saying. You know, disclaimer.
No, you'll do great. But then next week, which will already be past, which already have happened, we're starting our new schedule.
Yes.
Yep.
Looking forward to that.
You know, we've talked it amongst ourselves and you know, come to pretty much a groupthink situation where, hey, you know, cutting back on our operating hours is going to hopefully make our service delivery just that much more effective. You know, I'm a real person-centered person to the core, and to think if I can have a decently set schedule where I can spend time with my family and do the things that I enjoy, I feel as though it's only fair as the leader in the agency to be able to provide that to the staff. And, you know, that decision didn't come without a lot of thought. You know, it wasn't just a fly-by-night thing. You know, because there's always that part of you that's like, man, I feel like I'm taking something away from people.
Yeah.
And, you know, weighing out the pros and cons there, but the major pros are, you know, we work in an environment that demands self-care. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to be worth anything to the people that we're serving. They're the important piece of this. So if we're going to be the best maintaining gears and cogs that we're supposed to be, we got to have time away.
Yeah.
And, you know, there is a high demand in this position when it comes to, you know, mental health challenges that people struggle with, that we, secondary trauma, all those things. You know, we go for days about how people are affected in this role. So, you know, thinking about taking back some of the hours so our staff can have that much needed time to disconnect, I think is going to be, I think it's going to, bound us into something bigger. I hope. There's always a trial and error with this stuff. But if we don't try something, then, I get concerned sometimes about, the way the staff feel and what's going on. So I want to try my best to prevent that. If I have any say in it, then that's what I'd like to do. So we'll see. So shall I announce the new operating hours? That be?
You can. I will say this though. It's like if gardening.
Yeah.
Right. If you want something to grow healthy, you got to prune back a little bit. And that can be hard. You're like, I don't want to take away from this beautiful rose bush because it's so nice right now. But if you want it to continue to be nice and grow and flourish, you got to know when to cut back a little bit so that it can
That's kind of the
come back.
Guiding principle of the whole thing, really.
Yeah,
Maybe not as beautiful as that, but
I'm just hoping that,
right.
I know, you and I have been working here this whole time, and it's been I felt like us being open, the hours that we have been, weekends to 8, even though we're not always busy, some days we're just sitting there doing nothing, but we were there when someone needed us, right? So I do feel like that is an important thing, and I hope that you're able to come back to that at some point.
No, this is no intentions of being permanent at all. It's just it's a needed thing right now, just a fresh reset. It's not to take away from anything that we've done. It's we've worked our butts off to get where we are today. We 7 days a week, many of us working multiple 12 hours days a week. I mean, let's take it back to COVID. You know what I mean? There was 4 of us working nonstop and keeping the place open. And I was part of that, and I realized how awesome that is to be able to do that. But times are changing. We got staff that are growing into themselves and becoming they're moms, they're all these things.
Grandmoms.
Yeah, there's different roles. It's so much more than just that person as you show up as when you come to work.
Yeah.
And that's just a big belief I have. I don't want to ask anybody to do anything I wouldn't do. Now I'd do everything here if I had to.
I know.
But
I worked 12 hours yesterday, and I'm working 12 hours today.
Yeah. But I'm
open the clopen.
I need a shirt. No, it's a little bit shaky. Makes me a little nervous because of the reception from the community about it. But we will adjust and we'll do it together. This is not to take away from our people. This is to make the people that are serving our people better. I hope that's the goal behind it. So we'll see. It's starting next week.
Next Monday.
And I'm excited to see. I hope it's a refresh, man. I really do. We'll see. But so we're looking at Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We were originally open 8 to 8, so we'll be open 8 to 5 on those days. And then Tuesdays and Wednesdays we'll be open
Thursdays.
Tuesdays and
Sorry,
Thursdays.
Guys. Yeah, it's just so many days in my head. Tuesdays and Thursdays will be open from 8 to 7. Now, our Young People in Recovery meeting will still be hosting at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. Also, our women's group, which has now been renamed to Strong Her Together. Check the schedule. You can see we'll play on words there. We'll still be having that Fridays at 6. And then once a month on a Saturday, we'll be hosting an enormous pro-social for everybody. Family-friendly events. Normally come with food, as we usually do. Prizes, things like that. All of these things come from this hopeful team building thing that we'll have going on. We're all working together. We're all pointed towards the same mission in unison, and we're able to deliver just that much more impactfully. So that's the goal. And I really do have a good sense that this is going to be okay.
Yeah, I believe it will too.
Yeah.
And funny, me and Amanda are both wearing the same Rock and Recovery
This
shirt.
is actually your shirt.
Is it really? Okay, that makes sense. I was wondering where you got a gray one. But I think that you've seen the success in these smaller Rock and Recoveries we've done.
Man.
People love the opportunity to come out, sing some karaoke, do some fun stuff like that. And so I think you should definitely be doing more of those, doing them more often.
Well, I've actually been asked by a consumer of mine, when are we going to do Rock and Recovery? And I was like, it's funny you ask, because that's the plan.
Yeah. It's just an adjustment, man. I think the staff's pretty well excited about the new schedule. You can't beat having weekends off.
No.
Everybody desires that that 8 to 5 schedule. Pretty much anywhere you go, especially if you've got kids, man. Summer's starting up. They want to be able to go to the ball games, because I'm not going to miss ball games with my kids. So I am not. And I know we live in this world of, it's the job you signed up for. Okay. I also believe that culture can get a little unhealthy at times, because I know that, especially being a new father, not so much new, but, my kids come to that age where we're going to start doing stuff, activities, all this stuff, and I just don't, that is part of my recovery at its core.
Yeah.
And to allow myself to do that, but ask someone else to not do that in my place, it just don't sit right with me, man. And I know, I really haven't, in this position, haven't shook things up too much on purpose, because I know that I'm still.
Well, that's what Brandon said. Just keep the boat floating that first year, and we're almost there.
Yeah.
No, today is actually my first year.
Today
is my first year of being in this role. Formerly the program manager. I've been promoted to site administrator, which is the same job, different title. Don't really mean much. But I feel like that's attributing to hopefully my ability to lead. It's been shaky. I'm still feel as though I'm not good at it, but the thing is I will do what I can for my people, and that's where it stays with me.
Yeah, I think with everybody going to be working now
together
every day together. Hopefully, it'll bring you guys closer.
Yeah.
I know Amanda, you've talked about really delegating responsibilities to everybody so that people know what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Which is the thing that I struggled with as lead peer support, is delegating. I'm more like Nathan. I'm more just jump in there and do it.
Do it. Yeah.
Get it done.
It's uncomfortable.
I don't know how these Narcan kits are ever going to get made now, but
they will.
They will.
As convenience removes itself from the equation,
people will step up.
Learn. You know what I'm saying? Because you and I and all of us have had this unison and motion that we've had over the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We know what to expect. Y'all know I'm gonna forget stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know me by now. And we've also known that we've got each other's backs. If something's not done, I'm not gonna come harass you. It's gonna be, I might harass you while I'm doing it, but it's to have your back for the good of the program. And we're still building that team aspect of it, and I think having everybody together, and it'll make the delegating part a lot easier.
Yes, it will.
There's just so many benefits that's going to come to having a really set schedule that I think are going to outgrow the fact that we are cutting back a little bit. I think our participants will understand. Most of them have. That's the thing. Like I said, this isn't a decision that was made just. Because I can. No, I don't play.
We thought about it for a long time.
I don't work like that. And talking to participants and stuff like that, they want us to be okay. They want us to be able to do things just like they would. Now, we have a couple meetings that we're going to have to, take out. Yeah, of course. But we'll also bring those back with other things that we plan on doing. So, like I said, looking forward to it. We'll see how it goes. But I'm not gonna go down without a fight. So I'm excited about it. Something new, change is good. You're changing. Things have been changing for everybody. So let's just change it up.
We'll be right back.
Did you know that recovery from substance use disorder and mental health go hand in hand? That is why the caring and compassionate mental health professionals at Four Rivers Behavioral Health in Paducah are here to help you find your balance. They are proud of you for making the changes necessary to live a healthier life and would love to see you reach your full potential. Give them a call at 270-442-7121 or stop by the downtown location at 425 Broadway in Paducah, Kentucky.
One thing I have always wondered is who put the alphabet in alphabetical order. At Turning Point, our goal is to help you put your life back in order. If you struggle or have struggled with substance use disorder and are in need of help, come see us at 415 Broadway Street, Paducah, Kentucky, or call 270-444-3621 and sign up for peer support services with one of our friendly staff who have lived experience with addiction. Hope to see you soon.
Right. No.
Yeah.
And we got all kinds of events coming up too. You know, by the time that this podcast comes out, which is going to be a couple weeks from now, right? Mm-hmm. We'll be gearing up. We'll be about a little less than 2 months away from our 5th annual recovery walk.
Yes.
You know, showing up in grand turning point fashion like we have 4 years prior. It's going to be June 6th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Noble Park in Paducah. At this point right now, we're still looking for sponsors, looking for volunteers, looking for vendors to come set up and highlight their programs. It's the thing that we do, man. It usually brings out 400 people. People get together and celebrate recovery and the successes that our community has had, all the support. And I always look forward to that, man. That's always it's a lot of work that goes into it. But, boy, when it goes off, it's something else. Yeah. You know what I mean? We've all been – this is all of our – we're going to have to FaceTime you in. But
well, here's the thing. I am open if you are really nice and beg and maybe pay me to coming back and performing at Recovery Walk 6.
I mean, we might have to look into that, man.
Yeah.
I think that would be a cool thing,
that
man.
Because
you know, as much as, like you said, stated before, when taking the ego out of it,
Yeah.
people know you, man. So
Yeah.
I mean, featuring Matt Lewis on there, I could see that.
That would be.
I think that.
Yes.
I think you got a grand idea there. We might do that.
I mean, you are the guy that sings when when you talk about Matt Lewis. They're like, oh, that's the guy who sings.
Right.
No, that's cool. That's a really good idea. I think
I was half kidding, but it would be fun.
It would be fun.
Because I'm going to miss being here for it this year.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've been to every one of them.
Yeah.
I've been a huge part of, the setup, the audio, recording, the video, editing of the event, and just like they've always been so fun, and we've always done something a little bit different every year. And so I'm going to miss it this year, man. I'm going to miss it. And overdose
I mean, you might
awareness
not, because, I mean, I guess just got to find out what that ticket price is. You know what I mean?
Maybe a Subaru.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to it. That's just, just a tiny sliver of the things that we have going on around here. A lot goes into these events that we do. It's not just we come up to Noble Park one day and we're like, okay, let's do this. There's a lot of planning,
walk.
Yeah.
a lot of community engagement that we have to do to get it going. But that's the whole part of the process that makes it so successful as it has been. If you've followed this podcast long enough, you've seen the growth, you've seen the amount of people we bring out, and our participants are looking forward to it. I think
the events in general of the recovery walk will benefit from everybody being here every day.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
You're not gonna have the people who have missed the last staff meeting and don't know what's going on. Everybody's gonna be on the same page every day, and I think it's gonna make it even better because of that.
Agree.
Communication
is gonna be so much stronger.
Yeah. I think it's got to be a well-oiled machine, man. As people change out of positions, different mindsets come into these roles and things like that. So it's just changing with the times. I feel as though just like any good agency or any good working unit does, they change, they adapt, and do what they got to do to keep continuing pushing forward. And that's just what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's like I said, it comes with us being a little shaky about it because I understand it's a big change, but in this case, change is good. I think
change is good.
So I'm pretty confident. Excited about adding this to my
yeah,
portfolio.
that's the only thing I kind of I wouldn't say worry, but you do so much. Well, I don't like to worry about anything, but you know what I mean. You do so much already.
Man, look,
he's gonna have a little help.
I know this podcast. We have like 200 and something subscribers on YouTube. We have a lot of people who listen. It depends on the guest, whether they watch or listen or not. But like I said, I know people enjoy it, and there's not a whole lot that goes into it. But it's the finding someone to be on that's going to be a good guest, scheduling, getting them to meet. Whatever works with them, work with your schedule to come down here and do this. Yeah. And then doing it early enough so you have enough time to edit it together before it's supposed to come out. You got to get it to Patrick at least by the Friday before, because if you walk in there on Monday morning and he's going to be upset with you.
Friday before. Now, I plan on making me a list today of what the things that are necessary. But, overall, man, this being what it has been over the last 4 years, and the fact that we're unique as a RCC having the opportunity to do this, how dare I fumble? That's the thing. How dare I? That would be an absolute affront to you and the things that you've done and the time you've poured into this, and I respect you way more than that. But then again, what about the people that are subscribed? What about the people that are following us? What about the people that we have reached? There's been multiple people.
And you could do so much with it. I know you're an idea man.
If I could ever put any of them to
right. You got a lot of great ideas, and I think if you could implement some of them, and you could change this, make it even more fun than I have. Get creative with it, and hopefully with having all the staff here, getting them more involved.
That's
I know that I've always had whoever works with us on, but not all of them want to come on regularly. I want to be on camera, things like that, which I understand. And it took me a while to get used to doing this. But now, doing this for so long has translated into my social media. I'm being more public there, and just promoting gratitude, and I'm going to continue to do that. So if you watch this podcast but you don't follow me on social media, you should start, because I plan on documenting this whole adventure of moving to Colorado, and I'm gonna have way better scenery.
Yeah, for sure.
Video, and still doing the same thing, promoting recovery out loud, promoting gratitude, sharing up my experience, strength, and hope, and what's worked for me, trying to glorify God through all of it. So that's my plan, and I'm thinking about starting another podcast. And because once I get plugged in out there and meeting people in recovery, and it's something that I've learned how to do, and it's
a skill now. You have a skill, translatable skill.
I would love to be able to utilize it in some way. Maybe I'll even get lucky enough that because you and Thelma both wrote me a letter of recommendation, and strangely, which was awesome, and both said really nice things, but both of you included in there that I created or hosted this podcast, which I never even thought about that being in my letter of recommendation.
That's a very, very translatable skill, man.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Maybe somebody that hires me will actually want that to happen.
It's promotion, it's encouragement. There's so many things wrapped into doing this, but the behind the scenes part of it is why I wrote that. It's not just because we're promoting Turning Point. It was the dedication and the drive that you've shown to continue this. And it takes a lot. And and I do understand, and going into this knowing it's a big undertaking, but at the same time, it's something worth investing time into. It's unique, man. It's something that most places don't have the opportunity to do, whether it be funding, whether it be equipment, whether it be all these, whatever. But we've been able to, from the days of this equipment sitting in a closet somewhere to, how many episodes are we at now?
It was 100 at the beginning of the year, or the end of last year was 100.
So just from being in a closet to this now. So it's worth every moment that I dedicate to doing this, and I know I'm not going to be doing it alone. That's my big thing that I always talk about with everybody is nothing that we do I want us to ever have to do alone. So my goal is to get everybody involved. It's empowering. Somebody who knows. The next CrossTalk podcast host might be sitting in the RCC somewhere and they don't even know it. They just haven't had the opportunity, haven't had the proper encouragement, so.
Right, yeah, that's people, like you said, people, when opportunities present themselves, that's like with this podcast. It was just a box in a closet, and I was like, I'll learn how to do it, and it's turned into this. Yeah. And so somebody could step up and take it to places that we've never even imagined, and I'd be happy. And you better have me back on at some point.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear about your adventures, man. I want to hear how you've ingrained yourself into the recovery community. I'm really excited to hear that. What different kinds of stuff. They've got all different kinds of stuff out that way. That's probably can't even compare to. Blows what we have here out of the water.
I don't know, man. I imagine. I don't know, but I imagine it's going to be a lot of the same, just with a little twist. Whatever is their thing out there, and I love that I'm going to be able to bring my experience here with the events, not just the podcast, but the events we've done and all the things, the ideas we've had, and You know, I'll have things to pitch to them that maybe they aren't doing, and vice versa. You know, if I hear things out there, hey, you guys should try this.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
please do.
Send them back. So
Yeah.
So that's awesome. You know, just the reach that, you know, you got to think about it, man. This is allowing our program or just what we've done here to have a reach in another state.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I have thought this. I was like, I wonder if I go out there and start going to meetings and people will be like, "Hey, aren't you?"
Wouldn't that be awesome?
I mean, that's not going to happen. But you know what I mean?
But it'd be cool if it did.
Well, I mean, we heard like what Chastity said. She went to where was she? Nevada
Iowa,
or Nebraska?
Yeah.
That's what it was. And went to a rehab up there, and they knew about CrossTalk. So it's possible.
It's possible.
You know?
Oh, it's very possible. And you know, hopefully we keep it growing. We're just that much, you know, that much more people are talking about it. We, you know, my goal is to have people that are like calling us wanting to be on the podcast. That would be cool.
Oh, that
you know,
would be sweet.
highlighting.
Yeah.
I'd like to highlight the different community partners that we have, which I know is something we've done, but you know, roles have changed. There's been new things come up in our communities and new things happening in the state.
Yeah.
That we could talk. There's so many things that there's no lack of information for us to share with folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that, you know, and to make it still fun. That's it. This will never be just a dull thing. I won't have it that way. You know, it needs to remain being fun and lighthearted as we have been. So I think that's such an important part of recovery is laughter and humor and being able to enjoy things. And although we can't share our dark humor sides as much as we like to on here, we can still go dial it back a little bit.
Inappropriate humor.
Yeah.
Here's the thing I'm curious about, because you know, I have my traditional opening and my traditional closing.
Yeah.
Have you thought about what you're gonna do? Because you got to make it your own.
Hey!
That's what I picture it's gonna be.
Man. You already know it's probably gonna be absolutely ridiculous. There's people are gonna turn on the audio version and be like, "Who is this dude?" And it's gonna be my cat there.
I do have a close buddy who like listens all the time.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kyle, and he's always like, the commercials are too loud, or you need to fine tune this and that. And they're always giving me tips.
Constructive criticism.
Yeah, well, you need it, you know.
No, I'm here
if you're
for
starting it off with "Hey," you know,
Nah, man.
it could annoy a few people. They're driving in their car. All of a sudden, you're causing wrecks. You know.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll dial that back a little bit. I realize that.
But that is you, though.
That is me.
So, like, you got to make it your own. You know.
Yeah.
Like it. I know I fumbled through how I close it several times and figured out what was the opening, you know, and you just gotta.
We'll make it.
I think the one thing that I see and hear the most of, as far as like, you know, creating content and social media and things like that, is be yourself.
Oh yeah.
Like people don't want you to be some robot clone trying to imitate the know Joe Rogan or something. You know, like you got to be you, and people will gravitate to that because originality is you can't fake it. You know what I mean? So
that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
You know, that's who I am in real life. So just bring it to the podcast, and hopefully people can admire the goofy side.
Yes,
you know?
they will.
So, and I know I haven't. I've been on quite a few podcasts here, but. As the guest, as the person, you know, engaging in conversation, but it's going to be a little bit of a different role, trying to begin the conversation, coming up with cool topics and stuff like that.
Well, I never put a whole lot of thought into it. You know, I just kind of started. And here's the thing that I found challenging, that like you learn, it just becomes natural now. But in the beginning, it's listening to someone else, actually taking it in, and being able to think what you're going to say back while still listening.
Oh, active listening. Yeah, okay. No, I think I do that pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you're like on a microphone, it's a whole other level, right? Because you're trying to, you want to sound like you know what you're talking about, and that you're actually listening to the person. There's times I know that I have done terrible at it. You know, I just go off. Somebody's like talking to me, and then I start talking, and I start talking about something completely different. Or this is the thing that really frustrates me. I'll think of something really great to go along with what they're saying, or that I think's great. And then, but they'll keep talking, and then someone else will talk, and then I never get to say it. And if I tried to jump back to it, it would be ridiculous. You know,
that happened to me earlier when you were talking about the gardening. I had something really great to say, and then
What was it?
Nathan
Now's your
started
chance.
talking. I don't even know. But then Nathan started talking, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, man.
It's frustrating,
Yeah.
but that's crosstalk
Yeah.
because everybody just starts talking, and you got to like really jump in there.
Is encouraged.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is gonna be a wonderful opportunity, and like I said, this is not something that I plan to fumble because it's an ingrained part of what we do.
Yeah.
Do people plan to fumble things?
No, but it'll be such a graceful fumble. The people watching won't even know that
I've screwed up so many of these. I don't know if anybody listening or watching's ever noticed, but I've had, cameras not stop recording.
Yeah.
We get the lights that come on in here.
I got a fly in my glasses.
Oh yeah, Amanda's famous. The fly stuck in her
best
glasses.
moments, though. Some of those things. That's what I enjoy about this. Is we're not constrained.
I think you should switch it up though. Like this has been my often made fun of terribly painted wall. Like you need to like
The spider.
redo it, make it yours. Batman everywhere.
Yeah. Oh God, then we're gonna find out who we really are, huh?
Or make it real professional.
Do something with it, man.
Let me design it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Rainbows.
Pioneer
and
woman.
Tool and rainbows.
Tool and rainbows. Pioneer woman.
Yeah. We'll be cooking in here before you know
Yeah.
it. Amanda's cooking show.
Yep.
No,
I love that. Chastity could
excited.
help.
Call back to what was it? The podcast where it was like, what's the songs that you like? That Amanda said anything by Tool, and
That went really well.
That's the one thing that I hope that the creativity part of it, because I can't replace your creativity. It's just no way, man.
Yeah,
So
it's
being
hard.
able to be creative and come up with these funny things that I think people enjoy. That's my favorite part of watching the podcast.
Yeah.
I'll listen to people converse, and that's cool, but man, those little things that we get to throw in there, the final finished product, and we get to see it on YouTube, man. It's sometimes it's absolutely hilarious.
Did you ever go back and watch the one I was telling you about
No,
with Sam?
I need to.
When Sam's last podcast, he was saying something about you can't polish
Polished
a turd, and Nathan's like, you need to put a polished turd on here somewhere. Well, I did. It's sitting on his shoulder.
Those kinds of things, man. That's what I'm talking about. And I plan to still stick with the script on all that as best I can. I'm pretty good at editing. Well, not maybe necessarily video editing, but as far as, I don't want to talk about the CD case I made Matt one time.
Oh, that was great.
I'm pretty nifty with stuff like that. I just can't put that on the podcast. I can tone it down a little bit. It's going to be all right, man.
Yeah.
That's the part that I want to carry on the most, is the fun side of it.
Yeah, I think you're going to do great at it. I'm looking forward to continuing to watch and support and share and all the things because I think it's going to be cool. And if nothing else, I'm sure I'll get a good laugh out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's terrible or great.
Or, I look forward to maybe the guests that we'll get on this podcast because of the outreach you're going to be doing there. You know what I mean? I'm certain that's gonna bring some.
I can definitely do that. Hey, I got a guy here. It'd be great.
Yeah.
He was doing podcast.
Or, hey, Matt, I don't know what I'm doing. Help me out from Colorado. Let me send you this file. See what you can do. So, no, I'm not worried. You know what I mean? It's going to be all right. Everything's in good hands. I know we'll have the staff and the support of it's just getting people involved.
Yeah.
Giving them an opportunity. And that's what it's about. You took this opportunity and made it something. So, it's only right that we keep it going.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it, man.
I am too.
Hopefully our viewers and listeners don't take it too hard. It's stupid naked out there.
I mean, no one will probably even watch this one because we don't have anybody, a special guest on talking. So no one will even know I'm gone till you have a
Who's
guest
this
on.
guy?
Yeah.
What are you gonna name it? No. Save that for the thumbnail.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. That's up to you, man.
Oh crap.
I mean, I'm gonna just show you how to do it and then let you do it.
Little bird's gotta fly.
I guess, can I close it out one last time?
Absolutely.
Of course.
And then
I'll try not to cry.
Crying on camera. That's the name of the podcast.
Well, check us out on YouTube or listen to our audio versions on Apple, Google, Spotify, Podbean, and as always,
Stay
grateful.
If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction or in recovery and needs guidance, Speak with Turning Point's team of peer support specialists by calling 270-444-3621. You are not alone, and we are proof that recovery is possible.